Yeah, you take that, Decepticons! You can never defeat Chester and the Autobots. Well, I guess it's time to put my toy back. Playing with you is a lot of fun, you know, but my collection's not complete without Sky Strike. I wonder what I could do to get Sky Strike to be a part of my collection.
Another fine day roaming the skies of Minecraft.
Help! Somebody help me, please!
I hear someone in distress.
The Decepticons are destroying my home! Somebody come quick!
Don't worry, boy, I'm on my way. Young man, I heard your distress call. Where is that Decepticon scum?
Welcome to my playroom, Sky Strike. I have all of your friends here. I've been slowly collecting them.
What?
Would you like to join Chester's collection?
Oh, hell no!
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Chester here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Logdotzip here. I promise. And welcome to another Minecraft mod review. Today we're going to be covering the Transformers mod, Alpha, by Fiskfille. It is a mod that is not actually out yet. However, it adds Transformers from the popular Transformers movie, comic book, TV show, etc. to your Minecraft world. We got some on display here.
Poor Sky Strike, he couldn't make it out of Chester's grasp.
Alright, I'm done with that voice, I promise. But yes, this is a sweet mod. It's not out yet, as I said. It will be out a little bit later this month. Perfect time to give the mod away to one of your friends. Add it to the world randomly. Nice holiday present. But yes, we're going to be covering what the mod adds today. It adds a bunch of different suits for you to turn into Transformers, and you can literally transform. Well, I mean, I would hope you could transform with it, right? And it also adds some pretty sweet weapons, amongst a few other things. So I hope you guys enjoy this mod. If you do, and you want to see more mod reviews on my channel, the best way to show it is, of course, by dropping a like on the video. I'd love to see 500 likes for this mod review. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into how you're going to get yourself your very own Transformer suit. First of all, you need to find yourself some Transformium ore, and to a lesser extent, but still fairly necessary, you're going to need to find yourself energon crystals. Now, both of these are found in caves, I believe, below like 45 or 40 on the y-axis. See we're at 94 right now. You need to go down a little bit more, or a little bit more than half of what we're currently at. So just dig through the caves, bring yourself a pickaxe. You need at least an iron pickaxe to grab yourself the Transformium ore. And in order to get the energon crystals, you can actually use any pickaxe. It doesn't really matter. However, if you want to grab yourself a specific energon crystal, well, let me just show you. First of all, as you can see, you find the ore. It's actually kind of hard to see. You got to kind of keep your eye out if you want to find it properly. But you go ahead and mine the ore up, and just like that, you get yourself some Transformium ore. Now, I should have added this to my freaking world, but of course I wouldn't do that. That makes no sense for me to do that properly. You actually need to burn it, fuel, as if you were burning, you know, gold ore or iron ore, in order to extract the Transformium ore into the mold required to make the armor. However, the energon crystals, these are the other things you will find in caves around you. You can mine them with any old pickaxe like this, and you will get yourself energon crystal pieces, and those are useful for ammo as well as building certain parts of the Transformers armor. However, if you want to get yourself a full crystal, you'll need to do it with a Silk Touch pickaxe. It doesn't have to be a diamond one, but it needs to be a Silk Touch, and this is also used for other recipes. So you will need a Silk Touch pickaxe in order to build everything properly. Now, as you can see here, we are burning up the Transformium ore, and we are getting plain old Transformium, which segues us very nicely into the next thing you're going to need. This is the Transformium armor. It is the torso molds. They're all different molds. These are all pieces you need to make all the different types of Transformers armor. Now, it's made exactly as you would normally make any old regular armor. So once you've collected that, you can actually combine it with the Transformer pieces. Here we have a standard engine, a jet thruster, F-88 jet wing, tracks, turret, wheel, and F-88 jet cockpit. We're going to show you the recipes for those in just a second, but really, I just want to get over to the Transformer pieces. So the first thing you're going to notice is we've got 4 different Transformers currently available in the mod. Hopefully by release there will be, maybe 1 more, maybe 2. I don't really know exactly what the mod maker is intending to add in terms of how many Transformers. But here we have ourselves. We're going to go right to left. We've got ourselves Verve. So Verve is a car, and upon wearing the full set of armor... Hold on a second. What the heck? Look at this. What the heck is this? Oh my gosh, that looks hilarious. Okay, so let's put the rest of the armor on. You can actually see it changes your player model. So it looks pretty sweet. And upon pressing the whatever key you set for your transform key, I think to default it's set to C. I went ahead and switched mine, but just press your transform key and look what happens. You turn into a frickin' car that you can actually travel around. Now you can either use your sprint button if you use your sprint button, or you can actually press the button that also gets added by the mod, which is Nitro Boost. And you see in the bottom left there we've got Nitro. Now if you use the Nitro, you'll pick up some insane speed. And you can even jump with this car too. Now this car, there's 2 different cars. There's this one, which is the, oh my goodness, what is it? It has a specific name. It's the 2015 Chevrolet Corvette and the 2015 Acura NSX. Wow, car commercial sponsored by Chevrolet. Just kidding, don't hate me. But you can see you can transform into it just like that. And whenever you want to go into a car mode, it actually goes extremely fast. It can fit in 1 block spaces. However, if you land yourself in water, as I said, you will need to transform back into the robot state or just take off the armor in order for you to get out of the water, because you can't actually jump while you're in the water. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, but this is the first set of armor that gets added. It is pretty sweet. You can even see the wheels on the sides there. Very nice attention to detail, man. I like it. I guess we'll go ahead and just clear the inventory. Now up next we've got Subwoofer, which is the other vehicle that gets added to this. Now check me out in this baby. I look sharp. I like this. This is probably one of the cooler looking models, in my opinion. Everyone's going to vary. But of course, you press your transform key, as I said, and you turn yourself into a car. Now, the thing with the transformations is you cannot go into first person. The camera will always sit behind you when you're in this mode. You'll see... Oh, and by the way, there's also a brake key that gets added. You can see you watch. Zoom brake! You like that? I was do some skid. I saw power slide. Check me out. Oh my gosh. Now you see pressing F5 doesn't actually do anything. So while you're in the transform modes, you can't do any crazy camera work. It's a little difficult to do, but that is Subwoofer. Now over here we start to have the armor sets that come with weapons, because weapons are added in the Transformers mod. Now the first one we have that we're going to cover is Purge. Purge is freaking sweet. First and foremost, let's put this sucker on. Look at that. Look at that. Look like a samurai warrior or something. And upon transforming with Purge, you'll also note, boom, you're a freaking tank. Now the tank moves a little slow, as you might expect a tank to move. And you can still nitro with it. You can see you kind of cap out pretty slow, only 20 kilometers an hour in the bottom left there. Now if you run out of nitro, don't worry about it. Just by unusing your nitro, by not using it I should say, you will slowly gain it back. So there's no real worry if you happen to be using a lot of nitro. Now I believe that you're supposed to eventually be able to fire out of the tank's turret as well when you're in this transform state. You also cannot jump while you are in this mode. However, I'm not sure about the cars, but with the tank, you can actually just walk into blocks and you will go over them. So you don't have to worry about that. I'm not really sure about blocks too tall. Let's give it a shot here, huh? Wow, look at that! It can! Well, I thought it could. No, it looks like it can only go up 1. Well, that's okay. But here, check this out. This makes up for it. We also have here Purge's katana. This is some pretty sweet stuff right here. It's actually stronger than a diamond sword, and if you right-click with it while you have on the full set of Purge, you get an extra effect here. You see this little bar right here in the center? That's kind of like a little bar, and when you hold right-click, you can see it power up, and you lunge forward. Now, this is kind of similar to Tinker's Construct's longsword, I believe. If you hold right-click and then look up in the sky, you'll actually lunge upwards very high, and you can combine this with a jump to get the perfect moment. You see, jump and then let go, and you will just go super high up in the air. Also extremely useful if you just jump and then lunge forward. Great way to ambush your enemies. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And by the way, rest assured, we'll be showing the recipes after I go through all of these. Now the final one here is Sky Strike, and arguably he is the best Transformer currently in the mod. Let's equip this bit. I love. First of all, look at it. I kind of look like a robot panda or koala or something. Now put the rest of this on, and you'll see that he's ready to take on evil Decepticon, and only to be captured by Jester. But it ain't no thing. It ain't no thing. Now the cool thing about Sky Strike here is upon transforming, you can fly. You can literally fly around. And you already go at an insanely fast speed in this armor. But watch what happens when we bust out... Oh, a little bit of lag. Watch what happens when we bust out the nitro here. Oh, baby! We're going 140 kilometers an hour. You can go so freaking fast with it. You can even go straight up. Oh, I ran out of nitro. You can go straight up. You can go straight down. Check me out. Oh, my gosh. I'm the king of games. They call me Yu-Gi-Oh! Wrong mod. And you kind of can get stuck in certain blocks if you aren't careful with how you fly. And in addition to... Okay, well guys, this is exactly the reason why this mod is alpha. You can see that sometimes you just disappear. Now this has happened to me before. To fix it, just simply transform and then transform again. And another interesting thing you can do is if you transform and you have not enough items on, you can actually click this, assuming that that's what gets rid of it. And now look what happens when I put on some armor. Watch this. You guys are going to laugh. It's funny. Check me out. I got no freaking head. And depending on what you put on here, you can start walking around as if you don't have a body of any sort. But either way, let's go ahead and stay on topic here. Get it together, Tyler. You're driving these people crazy. Now, once you have the full set of Sky Strike armor, similar to Purge, you can use Sky Strike's energon crossbow. Now, this requires energon crystal pieces to fire, and when you hold right-click with this thing, you fire off either a red or a blue ray. Now, the Blu-ray, I prefer DVDs, to be honest. Nah, I'm just kidding, I don't. But you can actually fire this through windows. You can fire it through blocks. You'll see, look, it actually goes all the way through the window. So you can fire it through at enemies with this thing. And as I said, you can even fire through blocks. You'll see it went through. It went all the way through. I'm going to spawn in some enemies right now so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, now as you can see, I'm kind of running from some spiders here, just so I can turn around and knock him a good one. Check out the damage on this sucker. Oh, you would not believe. And you can just hold right click with it, and you can just take out your enemies from long distance, short distance. It don't really matter. It fires extremely far. Let me see if I can try and get him. Let's see if I can get him. Oh, shoot. Well, you know, I should be able to kill him right through there anyways. Dang it. All right, hold on a second. I got to transform. Wow. All right, let me see if I can just... Let me just stand over. We're just going to stand over here. And we got to kind of remember where the spider's at. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, a little bit off. Do we get him? Dang, I think he might be just out of reach. But ain't no thing. You can fire this sucker off like it is nobody's business. However, like I said, in order for it to work properly, you need to be wearing the full set. Without the full set, the right click doesn't do anything. Although you could still, you know, smack people around with it. Now, it does have durability, so you need to be careful with how often you use your weapon. In addition, every time you fire with the crossbow, it does take up a crystal upon letting go. So actually just hold right click as long as you can, because the moment you let go of right click is when it uses up the crystal. But if you hold it, it will actually last a little bit longer doing that. So now that we've shown you all the different Transformers that the Transformers mod adds, now we can go over the recipes involved in creating each one. So in order to make the Purge head, you're going to need yourself gold ingot, iron ingots, an ink sac, and a transformium head. So that actually does not require any of the other parts. Now some of the parts do, some don't. For example, in order to make yourself a Purge torso, you need red dye, the mold of course, 2 gold ingots, 2 tracks, and a turret. Now we're going to cover the unique parts after we cover these recipes, so you can just skip to them. To make the Purge legs, you need 2 iron ingots, 2 red dyes, and of course your transformium leg mold. And to make the feet, just 2 ink sacs, 2 rose red dyes, and then the feet mold. Now to make the weapon though, you need yourself an energon crystal, 4 energon crystal pieces, 2 plain old transformium, an iron ingot, and of course tracks. Now to make the Sky Strike head, you need yourself, it's real simple this one, just 2 iron ingots and your transformium head. Sky Strike torso requires an 2 F-88 jet wings, an F-88 jet cockpit. We got ourselves the transforming torso, 2 rose red dies, and of course some bone meal. That makes perfect sense, right? Bone meal for Transformers. You have to grow the robots. It's just science, honestly. Skystrike legs require 2 bone meal and transformium legs. That's actually a really easy one to make. And of course the feet require yourself 2 jet thrusters, 2 ink sacs, and then your feet mold. Now to make the energon crossbow, you need 2 iron ingots, 1 energon crystal, 2 energon crystal pieces, and 2 transform. You can actually kind of see the crossbow. Like that's kind of like the this part right here. You see? Are you following me? Do you get it? Although I like how the red kind of gets randomly added despite this stuff being blue. That's okay though. That's okay. It ain't no thing. Now to make the subwoofer, you need yourself light blue stained glass pane, transforming head mold, lapis lazuli, and 4 iron ingots to make his torso. You need 2 wheels, a standard engine procedure, transformium torso, and 3 lapis lazulis to make the legs. You need 2 lapis lazuli transformium legs and 2 more wheels. And for the subwoofers, it's just 2 lapis with the transformium feet. Now, finally, the Verve head is a lime stained glass pane with the transforming head mold, 2 light gray dies, and 3 iron ingots to make this sucker's torso. You need yourself 2 wheels, standard engine, transformium torso, and 3 light gray dies in that order. Verve legs is just 2 light gray dies with the transformium leg mold. And finally, the Verve feet requires 2 wheels, 2 light gray dies, and of course your transformium feet mold. Well, now you're probably wondering, well, how the heck do I get all those crazy unique pieces? Well, that is where this chest comes into play. These are all the different pieces that are required to make the transformer pieces. Now the standard engine needs yourself 2 pistons, 2 blocks of iron, an iron ingot, and a redstone piece. You know, it's kind of expensive, but you know, what do you expect? It's a pretty OP armor, if you ask me. The jet thruster requires even more iron. You got 2 blocks of iron bars, which take 6 iron to make, as you can see right here. And of course, 4 iron ingots with another redstone piece to go right there. To make yourself the F-88 jet wing, this one's pretty simple. 4 iron ingots and a transformium mold. Now to make the tracks, also fairly simple. 2 iron ingots and 6 leather. So you better have your cow farms ready, people. That's all I'm saying. Turrets require 1 block of iron, 2 iron ingots, and an ink sac. The wheels, pretty simple. 4 ink sacs, 4 leathers, and an iron ingot right in the middle there. Now finally, we got the F-88 jet cockpit, which requires yellow stained glass pane and 2 iron ingots. What a mouthful! But now you know how to build all the pieces. We can finally show you the aesthetic aspects of all these different things. So let's go ahead and grab our transformer pieces before we do anything else here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. That was really, really weird counting. Now, over here we've got tank, the Acura, the Chevrolet, the F-88 Firejet, and we'll cover this guy in just a second. And we also have ourselves some display pillars. Now, in order to make the display pillars, it's very simple. First of all, you can place these, wherever you so please. You just place them on the ground just like that. To make the display pillar, it is 2 stone with a mossy cobblestone wall or a regular cobblestone wall. Basically, either wall, and any half slab it looks like you can make, or any stone half slab. It doesn't look like you can use wooden stones or wooden half slabs, but any slabs will make yourself the display pillar. Now, in order to make the actual pieces, you need to combine them in a 2x2 or in your crafting table, and upon putting them all together, you will get yourself the tank. You will get yourself the Acura, I think. Is that? Yeah, it's the Acura. You will get yourself that amazing, no, that's not the right thing. I'm losing my mind here, guys. You'll get yourself the amazing F-88 fighter jet, and then finally you'll get yourself my personal favorite in the mod, the Chevy Corvette. Now, one thing to note: once you make these things into your fun little toys, you do not get the armor back. You cannot get the armor back if you turn it into these toys. So that is something that you need to be aware of. And this is a sacrifice, okay? There's certain sacrifices that have to be made if you're gonna make awesome display cases like this for Chester. But all you do from there is put down your display pillar, and you can right-click whatever you want to appear on the display pillar to get it back. Simply right-click it again, and then you can play with it and play with your friends and make them jealous that you've got an awesome fighter jet plane, or, you know, whatever. You could probably blow them up too, but I'm too lazy to add TNT right now. Now, finally, one last thing, and this is what I was talking about before. This is the T-50 stealth jet. Currently, there is no way to craft this in-game. You only can get it if you're in creative mode or you have not enough items. And I can only assume that this is the start of a 5th Transformer that I don't really know if it's a male or female, Fiskfille is planning on adding to the mod. So look forward to that. The mod comes out in its full downloadable version, available to everybody, assuming everything goes right, around the end of this month. So make sure you go check out the mod when it is available. Hope you guys enjoyed this mod review of the Transformers mod. If you did and you want to see more mod reviews on my channel, or if you want to see updates to the Transformers mod as it comes out, as more updates come out, because it is a work in progress, then of course the best way to show is by dropping a like on the video. Like I said, I'd love to see 500 likes for this mod review and for me to post some more. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will catch you for the next one. Now I'm out of here. Woo!